Hello, hello. This is ThoughtDrought.
Where your thoughts get drained.
Oh shit. And this is episode 68. We're getting very close to the sex number. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
It's a tease though. Look at that. Pink 68. I mean, come on. We're getting there. We need to do a sex theme show for 69. It almost seems inappropriate not to.
I mean, YouTube's algorithm, right? But why
Well,
do we care
why do we? Oh
about the
yeah.
algorithm?
Well,
What?
because the algorithm's all knowing. It's all watching. So,
It
all
cares
right.
about us, right?
It fucking hates us. Anyway,
I know.
it hates us so bad. Whenever it shows us the people, there's like a 1 in 50 shot, or no, 1 in like 2 shot. It'll show us the people who will hate us.
I
It's
know. I
it's
mean, yeah,
great.
those short comments. Ugh.
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 Hey, the recent ones were good. The Hassan ones were good. Only when
Oh
we
yeah, the song
trash
ones
on
are good.
Hassan. Funny enough.
That is weird. Sorry, Hassan, but the algorithm. If we trash on Republicans, we get Republicans. If we trash on Hassan, we get angry leftists. Like it's weird how the algorithm works. And you know what? It's not your fault.
It's
It's
really
YouTube's
not.
fault. It's YouTube's fault for being like, you know what? Algorithm supports hating you.
Don't hate the player. Hate the game,
Because like
Hassan.
if you hate on Republicans, the algorithm could give you angry liberals, but it doesn't. Uh,
Angry liberals are kind of boring.
yeah, that's fair.
Except the comedians. The comedians are good, but like some of them,
Yeah,
some of them. I was watching. I like Jon Stewart's. I've been
that's
watching
true.
more of him lately, and
Although,
Oliver. I know you like Oliver. Okay, Oliver is like the omni liberal. Sorry, Destiny.
yeah, John. Yeah, I mean he does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Although out of the like Joe Rogan circuit, the probably the best one
Oh yeah.
if you're on the left is probably Stavros Halkias.
I
He's
haven't seen that one
more
actually.
he's from Greece, or at least I think he was born in America, but his family's from Greece. He takes a bit more of a stand for leftist stuff, which I was just like, oh, that's cool.
I thought El Chapo was the big dog on the left. Hmm.
Oh, Chapo Dog. Well, I'm talking about people who are like who have been on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, like
So El
that
Chapo
string of comedians.
Al Chapo hasn't reached your heights yet.
No, he is not. I mean,
Okay,
he's
you know
still
one
good.
you
Don't get
know
me
one
wrong, but
podcast I would love to interview one day because they're actually another leftist podcast. They have a following too. The Deprogram. They're much
Hmm.
farther left than we are, but they'd be interesting to talk to. Anyways, let's get on with it. Timcast. Oh, X status. Oh, it's a Tim Pool thing and it's on Twitter. This will be great.
Yeah, this is a bit of a social commentary thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know if you've seen it around.
No, I haven't.
What sucks about these social commentary things is the
For
ambiguity behind
motorcycle.
it. Oh, I don't hear it.
You don't hear it?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you
I
can share the
I
audio.
promise to you, I'm sharing the sound.
Call the cops on you. You understand?
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, I hear it.
Oh, okay. Funny thing, I've been kind of doing this. Not really, only kind of. I need to buy a faster electric scooter first, but I've been kind of doing this. Look, before we even get into it, uh, please drive responsibly, folks. I really don't want them to take my rights away. Thank you.
Call the cops on you. You understand?
What?
You ride that motorcycle in that park one more time, and I'm calling the police on you. Do you understand me? This is where kids play. This is not
yeah.
a track for motorcycles.
Kids are at school.
They're not. I just picked mine up. And this is not a place where you ride goddamn motorcycles. It's a park.
You don't
You
got
do it again, I'm calling the cops. You understand?
Look.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Now I'm calling the cops.
I'm so scared.
I want to see if he has a motorbike.
How about I just kick your ass?
Then you'd get charged with assault of a minor.
You ride your
True.
motorcycle in this park again, and you're gonna go to jail.
Says who?
Cops.
I live over here.
I don't goddamn motorcycle. Go.
Look, I
Literally goes 3 houses down. And he's
I-
like,
I-
yeah, I live right here.
I've seen the motos. Those things are fucking loud. The pocket bikes.
Well,
Fuck.
but is he
They're loud.
riding a pocket bike? Like
I kinda
what I
can't-
hate about these videos is that they don't really show what exactly was happening.
Well,
You get a little snippet of the action.
while I'm looking at it, I'm not. Look, I can't be entirely sure.
I mean, maybe
But
it's
that
an electric
front-
bike.
It might be, but judging from that front and the buttons, those buttons usually aren't on e-bikes
Look,
or
and this
scooters.
is-
No,
yeah.
that's probably a gasoline bike, so it's probably louder than shit. But even though, like, the kid shouldn't spend the night in jail. He should have his fucking look. If you fine, I'll give you my omni-liberal take. If you really want to punish this kid for being a douche, because he is being a jerk. He is being a little asshole. I mean, those things are allowed. And he's driving them in places where there are little kids and shit. Impound the bike and have his parents come get it. Pay maybe like a $100-$200 ticket. Parents will probably get madder at the kid.
You're being too easy here because Tim Pool, the all-knowing skater boy himself, says the kid should spend the night in jail, which is probably the reason why skaters at a skate park that you bought don't like you. Because you said that the kid who was being a punk driving his bike around should spend the fucking night in jail. So yeah, surprise.
Look, a lot of kids are doing this. It's typical hooligan behavior. If he wasn't running, unless he was driving like right next to some children, and whatever. Like the kids are just having fun being a hooligan. If he was being loud, tell him to fuck off, and then that's your day. Like, just going up to a kid, telling him you're gonna beat his ass. Like, do you really feel like a tough man? Do you really? Feel like a tough guy?
Like. I know some places, isn't it like illegal for you to like threaten a fucking kid, right? Like you said, you're gonna beat his ass.
Fuck the legality of it, man. Like, really feel tough doing that type of shit.
Well, how could you see a kid get told that they're gonna get their ass beat and be like, the kid should spend the night in jail? Dude, a random boomer came up to a child, a little Zoomer, an alpha agent,
pretending to be Billy Badass over here.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, you're gonna kick his ass, like, dude. Have some fucking restraint.
Law
Jesus
and
Christ.
Order, man. Law and Order. This is what law.
Like, they're a kid. It's a typical punk kid driving their like little motorbike. Maybe it's an electric bike. We still don't know.
Probably a motorbike. I'm gonna go on a limb. It's probably a motorbike.
Yeah.
But
even then, like, is that
regardless though?
Yeah. But regardless of the situation, Tim Pool says the kid should spend the night in jail. Because Tim's a fucking, like, that's fascist shit. It's like, oh, this little, like, kid who's riding his motorbike who probably, who knows, maybe the parents are more libertarian than you. I don't know, Tim. Maybe they're farther left socially than you.
No fun allowed!
You know what? The state should spend $10,000 housing this kid for a night with a bunch of adults. Yeah, no, that's Tim's solution, is to put him in a fucking situation like that. Yeah, no, that's gross.
I love how the skater guy who his whole aesthetic is like, fuck the I'm not gonna do it because I don't know how they feel. Fuck the authority. This is the Star Wars flipping off. I don't know. And then it's like lock up the kid, the hooligan child, for riding their dude. You're like, this is that, like, you're that child. Like, I don't know if you know this, but this was you like 20 years ago. You know they make electric skateboards now that are fucking dope.
Yeah, that are fast.
They're fast. And this was you 20 years ago, Tim Pool, you evil fuck. You evil balding beanie bastard. Triple B's. BBB. BBLs.
BBL Drizzy? What?
BBL Drizzy. Oh. Tim Pool has that BBL Drizzy. The biggest BBL in history.
Oh God. Maybe under that beanie.
The BBL's under the beanie.
Yeah, that's where it is. I don't think I've ever seen Tim Pool walking around with a BBL, but
I thought you were gonna say with his beanie.
With his beanie off. That's why he spends so much money on that BBL. Yeah, he doesn't want it to be seen for free. That's why you gotta subscribe to his OnlyFans.
You gotta. It makes all the boys come to the yard.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, moving on.
He does not have an OnlyFans. At least to my knowledge. I mean, maybe he's taking a book or a little note out of the Sketches book. Sketch, right? I don't know.
Okay, let's see. So AOC, what's this?
Oh yeah. So right now the leftists, liberals, the progressives, they're in turmoil.
Hold on.
Because they're trying to figure out whether or not Biden should be the nominee
to run a man
or keep
who is
him as a
about
nominee.
to die.
Yeah, a dude who fucking
sorry, go on.
died on live television. No, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, we're doing fine. I've never seen AOC fight for anything as hard as she is fighting for genocide Joe Biden. Anybody who votes for her is not serious or a right-wing Democrat. Okay, first of all,
I don't necessarily agree with the caption.
First of all, this is
fighting hard, or she is fighting hard.
She is fighting hard, but I'm only to say this: that is the most terminally fucking online take I ever heard. Yeah, she's a politician fighting for her party, no fucking shit. It's a shame that she fell into that trap, but like she's still probably one of the best politicians in this country. If there was a single politician I would want to talk to for an hour, it's probably this woman. And this woman, I like. I'll even go on one more just because I don't want to suck the clit off too much. But like, unlike a lot of politicians, she actually has a fucking vision for this country. The Green New Deal, like it or dislike it, it was a vision. It was a future for this country. Politicians are scared as fuck to do anything, to put forward any ideas. So no, she's still one of the best politicians we have, like it or not. Anyways, and her defending Genocide Joe, yeah, it's a fucking shame. But like Genocide Joe Joe is fucking dead and old, and let's just hope that at this point he gets in there and dies, and then maybe Kamala gets in. Okay?
Yeah, but now let's watch it with audio.
No, I don't want to watch it.
You don't want to see her defend Daddy Biden?
Please.
Old Uncle Joe?
Oh, please don't talk about Uncle Joe so nicely, AOC. You're supposed to be like the cool aunt, or like, you know, like you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The like grown-up cousin.
Like grown-up cousin who's still from the same generation of fucking parents. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, it is weird, huh? How you have cousins who are like double, like who are like uncle, auntie age. Yeah.
Basically, but they're like still a bit younger.
So yeah. Cool. A little bit, yeah. They're not gray yet. They're not boring. Boomers. Anyway.
Yeah.
Our cousins are just watching this going,
so what the fuck?
Who the fuck y'all talking about? Okay.
He made clear then, and he has made clear since,
that
he is in this race. The matter is closed. He had reiterated that this morning. He has reiterated that to the public. Joe Biden is our nominee. He is not leaving this race. He is in this race, and I support him. Now, what I think is critically important right now is that we focus on what it takes to win in November, because he is running against Donald Trump, who is a man with 34 felony convictions that has committed 34 felony crimes, and not a single Republican has asked for Donald Trump to not be the nominee. I'm here to win on this democracy. I'm here to win in November. And what's critically important is what I believe that the president needs to do, and I have communicated this, what the president and the White House should do in order to make sure that we win in November. And that is making sure that we pivot and working and increasingly commit to the issues that are critically important to working people across this country. How are we going to expand Medicare? How are we going to expand Social Security? How are we going to?
She kind of said what you said.
Or are we going to provide?
I know, right?
I'll
when I first watched this,
that.
I was like, oh my god, I agree with AOC completely. She said exactly what I said.
Yeah. Well, let's let
another
her
time.
To people's rent
What's
and
up?
mortgages, and if we can do that and continue our work on student loans,
Daniel,
secure a ceasefire and bring those dollars back into investing in public policy, then that's how we win in November. That's what I'm committed to, and that's what I want to make sure that we secure.
So basically, do you want to say what you told me, or do you want me to tell?
Yeah, basically that since Biden's deciding to stay, the best thing Biden can do is basically just focus on creating bills. She didn't say creating bills, but I said creating bills and pushing forward laws that would really help regular people to boost his appeal, to boost his polls. Because if he comes out the next day saying that he wants to reinstate like the child tax credit or putting in fucking UBI something, it would really help him in the polls. It would make it
scheduling of marijuana.
Yeah, making marijuana, not a fucking overt crime that'll send you to prison. Yeah, that'd be a good step. Yeah, that'd be nice. Now she doesn't exactly say that. Maybe AOC is specifically just saying that he should just talk about these things, but that's the argument, right? Messaging over actual action. Biden can focus his messaging on increasing the minimum wage or helping unions. Maybe he can focus in on getting more benefits for workers, maybe on helping people unjustly in prison system for drug crimes. I don't know, something to help regular people.
Literally anything. Hell, the student loan forgiveness was probably in terms of actual policy, probably the closest he's gotten.
Yeah.
Then maybe the child tax credit, maybe. Yeah.
The child tax credit was good, but he didn't renew it. So it's like, he could talk about it, but he had the chance to renew it, but he did not. So I mean, it's a little hard to be like he should talk about how he'll do these things that he didn't do his first term, and I'm like,
Well,
all right,
no, yeah.
maybe if he actually did it, then his polls would go up. I mean, he could talk about it. That'll help. If he shifted his messaging, that will help.
You know what's
But if he
ironic? I
doesn't,
don't know who said
then-
this. I think Kyle Kalinske might have said this a few years back, but I actually remember very distinctly about how one of the tactics it would be for progressives to get their initiatives through would be literally just to wait until Biden gets in and hope that his old ass can be manipulated. And we're kind of
Like,
watching.
who's in the room talking with him?
Yep, basically, be in the room, talk with him, hope that his brain like glitches out somewhere in the conversation, and yeah, that's about it really. Anyway, let us go to the next one. But yeah, I know AOC is the best candidate we have, though. Just to reiterate, like she is probably one of the best progressives we have.
I have some problems, but it's just like, well,
Who
if
else
the
do you
world's-
agree with? Any tell
Yeah.
me one person you agree with more.
would you rather have Congress be run by AOCs or by Joe Manchin?
Okay, maybe like Bernie. Maybe I think I like
Yeah.
Bernie's gun policies a little better, a few
Yeah.
years back especially. But like, yeah, like very few people really rank up there for me. Okay, Cenk. When she backs Biden, AOC does not speak for the progressive movement. Progressive voters want strongest possible candidate against Trump, which is not you. Progressive legislators weren't supposed to be subservient to the Dem leadership. They were supposed to fight them. So I agree. I fully agree with you. However, Cenk, you know, your joke of a fucking presidential run, man, it didn't. I don't know. It's just like it's the seriousness of all of it. We covered your campaign. I remember you didn't even turn in paperwork for some of the shit you were trying to do. You barely tried, man. Shit, like your name. You had I don't remember which episode we covered it on, but you had paperwork where you crossed out shit.
Yeah, it looked like a child giving their homework to their teacher, and not like a star student, not the valedictorian of his class, but the little punk kid who's like, let me just cross out the parts that I don't like of this federal document. Yeah, like it is. You can't do that. You can't. That's not how you're starting your case, right? You're just literally crossing out the part that says you can't, and you put "don't." Like I don't know, man. Like that's. But okay, let's say it isn't Cenk Uygur. What if it's, I don't know, Marianne Williamson? Maybe she could do it. Maybe another person could do it.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens now? Like you have what 3 to 4 months of trying to do a huge press campaign. That's going to be rough. They're going to dig up all the dirt for like Marianne or maybe another candidate. Chances are they're not going to put Marianne because the DNC probably wouldn't prefer her policies. So maybe they get someone who's like milquetoast. Maybe they get Gavin Newsom because he was seen with Biden a lot.
No, I was listening to the. I'll just take this one from the Destiny and Paul's Ego talk. No, the fucking amount of shit that Gavin Newsom does that even Californians don't like.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
He wouldn't be able to really tackle the homeless issue. DeSantis sort of like
our
hit him
budgeting
over the head. He
issue,
bonked him on that issue. His
our water
budgeting
issue, our fucking border issues, our crime issues, our affordable housing.
It would be a
issues.
punching bag. He is a better debater than I would say Marianne, Biden, and Kamala. I would say he's probably better at it, but he just carries too much baggage.
He's the governor of California. Like,
And
I know our state's produced a few presidential candidates in the past, but damn, like right now, no. Speaking as a Californian, no. And I'm not even someone who's like, our cities are burning. No, it's that our cities are ran like dog shit because our far left, supposedly democratic fucking council peoples, half of them are fucking corporate shills who are basically fucking in bed with like the Realty Association, like the.
So a lot of the unions didn't like how Gavin Newsom didn't support giving unemployment benefits to people striking, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So a lot of the unions would probably be like, "Hey, what the fuck, Newsom? You didn't step up in the state where you could have stepped up the most, right?
Minimum wage
where the people
is
are the
still
most
catching
left."
up. Don't forget, by the way,
Yeah.
minimum wage is still catching up. Yeah, he raised it for fast food workers, but it hasn't gone up for others yet. The intended trickle down Oh, hey, I just realized our guy did trickle down economics. Instead of just raising the wage of every Californian in the state, he just did it for fast food workers with the intention. This is just liberal trickle down, by the way, with the intention of raising the floor, right? That wasn't the fucking floor, or if it was raising the floor, you only raised a part of it.
I would disagree a little bit. I would say that is he's doing like trickle middle. All right.
That's
He's like,
liberal trickle down
we'll
economics.
increase this one sector, and maybe all the other sectors will follow.
That is trickle down economics.
I would not say so.
Don't think
Recluse,
so?
Gavin Gruesome. That is a good way. I feel like Trump would say that. Gavin
you don't
Gruesome.
think so, huh?
I think that if you increase, because that's one thing Gavin Newsom did that I would say was good.
Yeah.
Giving $20 an hour to workers.
No,
fast food places.
Don't wait. Hold on. I'm not saying that it's not good. I'm saying.
Well, you're saying that it's trickle down. Trickle down economics would
wouldn't-
literally be to give to the owners of McDonald's. So then the owners of McDonald's could maybe possibly make it $20 an hour to the workers. I would say that this is reverse.
Well, I thought
that
it was
him
the basic.
giving-
I thought it was the basic principle of success falls down, that it comes downwards.
I thought it was just you give to the top makers, the job providers, people like Elon and Jeff Bezos, and then maybe they'll give Amazon warehouse workers the ability to pee in something that's not a fucking bottle, right? Like maybe eventually it'll trickle down all those, tens of billions of dollars, but no.
The theory that tax breaks and benefits for corporations
Yeah.
and the wealthy will eventually benefit everyone. Well, I guess
Yeah.
this is kind of that, but it's not. Yeah, I guess.
I would not say that because who are like probably the least wealthy people? Fast food workers. They're always the minimum wage of every sector. The only people who get less
I would
arguably
argue.
are
I would
waiters
argue the
who
sense. I would argue
have
the
a
sense
lower
this is-
limit.
Okay, fine. You're right. This is. I used the wrong word. It's the reliance on market forces.
Well, yeah. He's at the end of the day, this is still like pseudo-capitalist move. It isn't. He isn't overtly telling everyone to do $20 an hour, but what he's doing is saying, "Hey, look, these people who a lot of people would say is below them. Well, let's say you work as a fucking EMT, right? You get paid $15 an hour, maybe 18, and then you look at fast food workers and being 20, maybe 22 if you're at like LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What he's basically doing is say, hey, use the power of envy and jealousy of fast food workers to increase your wage. But I would say this, at the end of the day, it might not even work because you probably just don't want to work fast food. You'd rather just be an EMT.
And also just keep in mind, a lot of those, I don't know if we ever talked about it, but a lot of job openings these days are fake. They're not real job openings. Like, the shit you see at McDonald's, the shit you see, at your fast food.
Yeah.
They could be hiring, maybe, but a lot of the time they just say they're hiring. A lot of businesses are doing that. A lot of businesses right now are operating at understaffed levels. They've been doing that for a long time. In fact, with a lot of the union coverage I do, a common complaint amongst the Unite Here people, which those are the hospitality people. So I guess it's not the same exact union, but a common complaint amongst them is understaffing. Always. Every single time.
It's ironic. They're always like, we're understaffed, but then they don't hire a lot of people.
Yes.
There's also turnover, but it's also because sometimes there's problems with the management. Maybe there's problems with the way they do things.
Being overworked.
Overworked. I remember working at Jack in the Box, and I would have a shift. It was like my first couple weeks.
Yep.
And I had a long 10-hour shift, staying there till like midnight Jack in the Box. And then my manager was like, "Oh, yeah, we also need you to come in at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. to help with intake. We're gonna there was a shipment bringing in all this stuff."
Yeah, they made you carry stuff. That was
then
fun.
I came in, did that. Probably got paid overtime because the time differences. But I'm like, I don't literally want to work a 10-hour shift. Come in fucking 4 hours. I live 30 minutes
you get paid
away.
overtime because you didn't sleep. So for those of you who
Yeah.
don't know, most of you probably do because you go outside. But for those of you who may not know, if you have to work 2 separate shifts close enough together, you qualify for overtime. Please.
Yeah, if they're close enough without 8 or 10 hours in between. Or there has to be a certain amount of hours. But if it's literally fucking 4 or 5 hours away from each other.
Track your hours. Anyways,
Yeah.
please continue.
But then they want me to do that again, and I said no. And then they cut my hours, where I only worked 1 day of the week, or a couple 3-4 hour shifts. And I was just like, oh, Yeah, I
Fuck you
wonder
guys
why
then.
people don't like working fast food. Like, I wonder why you guys have trouble. keeping
Sorry,
people on.
not
But,
trickle down, but the idea, I guess, it's supposed to be the effect of like, yeah, you're using you're in the sense of raising the floor.
yeah.
Everybody, like all the wages around them will be raised.
And for someone who's so focused on, his perception for an election,
oh, I remember
I'm
why.
surprised you would literally just favor I mean, he did say that it's because they don't have a union, right? That was one of his reasonings. Is like, oh, they don't have a union to support them, so we'll just throw them this bone.
Oh, I know
But
why I said
it's
it, by the way. Now, by the way, just a
okay.
little
Go
side
for
thing.
it.
Just a little side thing. It's because it's trickled down in the sense that they're using the added prosperity of these like fast food workers essentially. They're they're weaponizing the prosperity. I mean, $20 an hour isn't fucking prosperous, but comparative prosperity to those around them, I guess was what I was trying to fucking say, but I can't fucking talk. So, I run a podcast, but I can't talk. Anyway, please continue.
I wouldn't agree.
Oh yeah?
I would say, if anything, it's weirdly, I would say it's everything. It's like trickle up, but it's like you're doing it.
No, it's not trickle up,
It's
because
weird.
trickle down has the expressed intent of increasing the floor as well. So,
I mean, the intent being that the corporations would do it, but he didn't have the corporations do it.
well,
The intent is he won't directly affect
he
the
wanted them
company's
to do it.
wishes.
Well, he did want
Well,
them to
sure,
do it.
everyone wants everyone to be prosperous. I
Well,
mean,
no.
if you did trickle up, you would want the bottom to be prosperous. If you're doing trickle down, you would say, yeah, I want working people to be prosperous, but instead of doing it directly to the working people, you would say, hey, companies, I'll throw you a bone so that you can help the working class. Well, trickle up, at least I would say, would be directly helping the working class, giving them benefits, and then because they have benefits, higher like buying
I would
power
say
or
it
money,
would
they
be
would
trickle up.
increase the wealth of the companies because they can buy more shit.
I agree. I would agree with you if the minimum wage increase was universal.
But I
guess
wouldn't
that's the hit
agree
for
that
me.
it's. But I wouldn't say that was trickle down. I would say anything that's just. I don't think it fits trickle down.
I mean, I
Maybe
guess
you could even say it doesn't even really fit trickle up, but it's like a weird.
it's having an effect of creating a slightly higher class of people and using that as like a standard. I guess, yeah, it's not exactly that, but I guess it's just, yeah, the weaponization of
Well, I
market
mean,
forces.
if you did it for all the lower class, middle class, working class, you would make them a higher class of people. No, I mean, if you just gave all of them more money,
Well, only if it's
would they not be
partial.
making them?
Well, arguably no. I mean, technically no, right? If the floor is raised, then that class still exists, but the standard for that class is different.
I guess relative, you could say that. Well, technically, they're still
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, they're basically made idols of like
Here,
one
here's
group of
the
people, one
best-
sector.
Fine. You know what? Here's the best explanation of trickle-down economics. Better than anything you could tell me. And now that he's not here, he can't even disagree with me. Great. See, there you go. I'll make it work for my explanation. I'll shoehorn this fucker in there. Through the power of rhetoric and smooth bullshitting. Let's see. Oh, he's sending us a link.
All right, so as you're about to give your explanation for the best trickle down economics,
This is the best version of trickle-down economics. Fool. Right.
trickle down was fantasy reality.
What? Tell me.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Well, because like when I talk about Newsom, I'm like, what he basically did was took one of the like bottom wine glasses
Mm-hmm.
and like put it up like one step,
Mm-hmm.
and was like, we solved the problem. We did it. We saved the Pentagon, right? Like,
What I think of it as is he took the wine bottle and poured it like down here.
yeah,
in
but
this
like only into like one glass.
He only into one.
And then,
yeah,
but the
one
idea is that he would pour so much wine into that one glass, the wine would tip over into other glasses, right?
Yeah, well,
the
see,
idea would be that it would
you see-
overflow.
See, the funny thing is that this chart kind of sucks, right? Because if we were all, if we're really a Chad leftist, we want the right one because the right one's about to fall the fuck over.
Well, yeah, all right, yeah. Acceleration is. I like the revolution.
You see that shit?
Oh,
That shit ain't
boy.
stable. You ever play Jenga?
Ugh. Jenga with the American population, just to
Okay, that's kind of what they're doing. I'll
basically.
I'll say them.
Well, in a way, yeah, Gavin Smith's playing Jenga. He's taking from the bottom and putting it up top. He's like, let's take this one piece and just shove it up. Like,
This
okay.
won't have any odd effects at all. Nah.
Yeah.
Look, it's like look, an issue a lot of Californian Democrats have, and it's a fucking issue, like it's perpetual. They only do things half good, or do good half the time, or they do a good thing halfway. It's a series of half measures. That's the thing about our flavor of Democrat. And that flavor of Democrat seems like it kind of dominates the party.
Yeah, it's like if you just came out and was like, we're going to raise the minimum wage, but just for janitors. And I'm like, oh, well, cool. Janitors, probably should be paid more. But, like, especially if they're getting paid, like, 15, 18 an hour, which would be really bad. But at the end of the day, it's like, why just janitors?
Yeah. It's like, it's
Like,
very...
what the fuck?
It's like, while you guys are at it...
He did say, one of his points was like, oh, well, they don't have a union. They don't have any way to represent themselves as workers. I'm like, that's true. Although, what about gig workers who literally have no sense of worker community?
Well,
there's no
when,
semblance of them working in the same place. They're literally all just stuck in their cars driving around.
well,
That's a huge market.
unfortunately, that bill got beat. AB 5 got beat in California, and it got beat, I think, because they threw a shitload of money at it. And that just makes it worse because they have money to fuck you over forever. That's really
Pretty
the moral
much.
of the story. Anyway, what's this about? Kamala Harris defending Genocide Joe?
Well, yeah, he was. Let's see. She did say, but she was asked about Biden stepping down, and this is her response, which I was thinking it'd be funny to compare it with AOC.
AOC just giving full chest. I mean, god damn it. Well, you guys get the idea. Okay, give me some credit. Give me some fucking charitability.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Well, okay.
Oh, can you share the audio, or did you share the audio?
Oh, thank God you reminded me. No.
So like preemptively asked.
Oh, I did actually. I preempted.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Nice.
I doubt myself. Anyway, let's play it. Well, let's see Kamala go full chest then. Let's do it.
We know that many in your party have expressed concerns about President Biden's health. Just this morning, Congressman Doggett said that he's calling on President Biden to withdraw from the race, given that there's too much at stake to risk a Trump victory. What's your response to this?
Look, Joe Biden is our nominee. We beat Trump once, and we're going to beat him again, period.
Are you ready to lead the country if necessary?
I am proud to be Joe Biden's running mate. Thank you.
We know that.
He's like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Wait for me to be VP again. He'll die in office.
Shut up.
Shut up.
God damn, that was terrible. That was awful.
So
Wow.
Tell me why she should be running and not Biden.
Tell me why she's VP again? Is it just like a mandate of presidential candidates to pick terrible, uncharismatic like, okay, Donald Trump's dude, Pence.
Yeah. It makes you think that, like, how come Kamala can't stand up for Biden as hard as AOC can stand up for Biden? Like, goddamn. Well, I would say maybe since AOC is a progressive young person, she's trying to get the people who are probably most likely to not vote for him because of how shitty he came off.
I'll say it. I'll say it. AOC has a soul and Kamala's a cop, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, Kamala cop Kamala.
Cop Mala.
Yeah.
So, goddamn though, like it. Did you ever
There's
watch?
like no heart at all.
Did you ever watch? This might be the most boring ass thing, but have you ever watched the Pence and?
Yeah,
Harris
Pence and
debate?
Kamala.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
God, man.
It was so sad how Kamala didn't win better. I think she won, but it was rough.
To be honest with you, just two black holes of charisma.
Yeah.
Just fucking like I don't know if you guys are familiar with the way black holes work. And oh shit, look, Recluse is watching us. Oh fuck, I feel bad. It's like two black holes, man, just fucking spinning off into the void. Like, it's Jesus. Okay. I will go to ThoughtDrought. ThoughtDrought, where your thoughts
Kamala.
where your thoughts get trained.
No, but the way she responded, so sort of like lukewarm. Given these are different events, ALC's doing this whole press here, and Kamala seems like she's going to her car. But it's like, come on, you could talk a little bit better. for your fucking president, the person you were directly under,
Nah.
the person who chose you to be the running mate. But
Well, he chose me because I suck.
seems like it.
He chose me because I can't talk my way out of a fucking box.
Arguably, she was chosen because of the progressives. Joe Biden probably just, I mean, he did say it, right? He wanted, she's like a colored person for the VP. He's probably like, oh, you can get the progressive vote.
Get the black vote with the black jobs and the black hats and the black, I don't know.
But she's a fucking cop.
I know, right? The one black person you guys had as your VP had to be a cop. Woman, surprising pick, but cop though, which I just fucking great. Like
at least she isn't like a colored woman that works for fucking Raytheon, I guess. I mean, I guess there's always worse. But...
I don't know, man. This is as bad as you can get because it's like, oh, female black woman or.
Oh, clip.
Sorry. You know, a black woman. Wow, amazing. Wait, she's a cop? Damn. Like, so you're telling me that she killed her man, or like, I don't know, or she killed a bunch of other girls, sisters' mans? Like, god damn. Like,
yeah.
This bitch is indirectly responsible for the jailing of a shitload of black people. Like, okay.
Pretty much.
The one black person in the country who is. That's great.
Jail people for weed while talking about how you did it yourself. It's like, that's fucking hypocrite.
Hey, well, what, you know, where would we be, right? Geese prison guard? Brazil? Oh,
yeah.
This is gonna make me
It came
happy.
up recently. It's technically not new news, but it came up again.
I don't care. This is great.
Yes.
I don't care. This is a great story. Whatever this is, 100
Yes, because why have guard dogs when you can have guard geese?
Oh my god.
Waddling around the perimeter of a prison in Brazil, geese have edged out their canine predecessors on patrol to make sure inmates don't escape. That's right. Between breaks in their on-site pond, the honking birds dubbed geese agents.
They have little ponds. Oh.
Well, they have worker rights, all right. They're
oh my
front line
god.
to stop prisoners.
I love
At
this.
least in Brazil. But...
I love everything about this. This and a bag of chips.
Patrol a green space next to the main outer wall and inside fence. Now, staff say
geese are pretty fierce.
They're loud as fuck.
Have you ever been to like a duck pond or something? There's a bunch of geese.
They're loud too.
They're loud, and that's one of the benefits is that if a prisoner tries to escape, they'll just hear the geese squawking along. They're an alarm. They're cheaper, less maintenance.
If this is waddling around the perimeter. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Is this what prison is this? Is this like a low security prison? Because like.
I'm not sure.
That's what I mean. I'm guessing that's what this is, but...
Of these geese make them excellent guard animals. The prison says tending the flock of geese is more affordable than raising dogs, and that the quiet location is a vital option for the facility.
Então, por esses dois quesitos aí, já dá pra gente ter em mente, ter ideia de que é muito mais rentável, muito mais viável a criação de ganso do que cachorro na questão da segurança na unidade. Vigilância eletrônica, a vigilância física, através dos policiais penais da muralha e os vigilantes, e por último a vigilância dos gansos, no caso, né, que substitui os cachorros. Mas em relação aqui, São Pedro de Alcântara, eu acho que a própria localização, né, a noite é muito silenciosa, até durante o dia, como tu pôde constatar, é um lugar bem silencioso, e a noite mais ainda, e também acho que a logística da unidade, como ela foi feita, né, como tu pôde comprovar aí o espaço e outros fatores, favorecem para esse tipo de segurança, no caso do bando de ganso, né.
So look, you know, it's look, I have a dog. I have a dog, and she's kind of like a guard dog, and her only job as a guard dog is to bark really loud. I mean, most dogs, really, in their security role, are just like an alarm. They're like a living alarm and sensor. So, and they're really good alarm. They're like one of the few alarms that can see through walls.
Yeah, they can hear, they can sense them out.
They can smell them. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
They can smell them when they're gone. Like, that's crazy. So, you know, it makes sense. I mean, from an economic perspective, if you don't need the smell, because that's really the advantage, right? If you don't need the smell, yeah, I guess anything that can make a loud noise works, right?
Yeah.
Like, as long as it blares loud as shit, then, yeah, I guess it works as a security animal. Man, I wonder how more. God, you know, it kind of sucks we don't just have like security bears. Just put them in the moat, and anybody who walks in just becomes like a meal for the bear. Just go back to medieval tactics.
Seems like women would choose that over a male prison guard. So, who are we to say?
Oh, it's okay when women dehumanize men and compare us to fucking bears, but it's not okay when we compare them to dogs. Anyway.
No.
Hey. Yeah. Well, no, it's fucking bullshit. It's hypocritical as fuck, and they can call me salty, but well, then I'm gonna call you bitches. So there you go. Anyway, speaking of bitches. Since I like to do a smooth transition, dog turns on stove. Turns out a dog might be better at cooking. Oh wait, no, actually, never mind. The dog lit the house down.
Yeah, he did not.
Oh well, there you go. See, you bear bitches aren't being replaced
Shrimp
just yet.
will fry rice. Your dog will fry your house. As it seems, they're not made equal.
Well, don't worry then, bear bitches. You guys aren't being replaced just yet.
Of this week's craziest moments caught on camera. First up, a home surveillance camera caught the moment a dog turned on a stove and lit a house on fire. You heard me right. This taking place in Colorado Springs.
Goofy animals.
Does that count for house insurance?
After the dog walks away, boxes
or where does this fall under
on
the
stove ignite, sparking the.
Can I get this covered under pet insurance?
Yeah, does it come with? Is that covered with pet insurance? Is that covered with homeowners insurance?
Or is this renter's insurance? Renters?
Oh god, if they're a renter, imagine.
Oh god, no, I have.
Imagine if they're a renter and they never claimed their dog, like when they moved in, right? Because somebody's got to like say that you have a dog. Oh. So if they're a renter and they have a dog that isn't,
some houses make you pay a small fee for pet insurance.
Yeah.
Does that $15 a month charge cover this?
Some places they'll charge you just to have a dog, like $100 a month. Be like, oh yeah. Your dog might cause problems.
That's for all the
and you know what?
It might cause.
As long as that $100 a month covers the cost of maybe destroying a multi-$100,000 home, yeah, let's.
In one of the old apartment buildings I used to live in, it was $15 a month. So I just
that's cheap.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, does that cover this?
Yeah.
Does that cover the damages?
Does that cover $1,500,000?
Half the apartment burning down?
Blaze. Luckily, the homeowners were able to put out the flames, and no one was seriously hurt.
Okay, cool. That's good. So that means.
Would you kick out the dog after that? Would you tell your dog to leave? Is he hitting the road after destroying all your shit?
No, but I'm definitely sending that dog to a fucking training place for a while.
Yeah.
Assuming I'm not broke.
Do you have the money to like go to PetSmart and like train them there after they? I mean, I guess at least the house wasn't fully destroyed, but
yeah,
that's probably what, like at least 10,000 right there.
If I can't send them to training, then I guess I would try to redouble my efforts on training them.
Yeah,
more days a week, more hours, that type of thing.
There's also an argument that maybe you shouldn't have put a flammable object on top of a stove.
That too, yeah. Be more reticent.
Yeah, although if there was like, let's say you had a pan with food on and you left it overnight, the dog might have done the same thing.
Well, here's another danger too. Actually, imagine if the dog didn't even light the stove; he just turned the gas on.
Turn on the gas on,
and then your entire house is just one lighter spark away from blowing up.
Yeah,
it's like
at least then maybe your carbon monoxide alarms would go off, but that would also be a huge risk because what if?
Not all places have monoxide alarms.
That's bad. You should have one.
No. Some places.
Everyone should have one.
No, it's a smoke alarm, right? But not all places have a monoxide detector.
I thought most places have. I mean, maybe California.
It's the smoke. You're thinking about the smoke detector. All places have a smoke detector, but not all places have let's look it up.
I thought most.
Monoxide.
As an apartment person, maybe most apartments. I should go for apartment. Maybe not. Maybe it is just smoke. So for LA,
48 laws have passed requiring carbon monoxide detectors in homes. So it's not in most places though. Yeah, no. In my last home, we didn't have one.
That's bad.
The current one, we have one.
Yeah, I think I've always had a carbon monoxide alarm.
Nope, not us. I mean,
You should sue.
Fuck, maybe.
You go over and be like, hey,
hey, federal government, you know that house
although
you gave
maybe
us? It didn't have a fucking
I wonder
monoxide
because I mean
detector
I've
in
lived
it.
in apartments. Maybe as a homeowner, it's not the same. Maybe as a homeowner, you can decide to
just
not
die.
have an alarm for dangerous gases. I mean, yeah, you're
you could
allowed
always
to
under-equip it.
Yeah, or maybe you never replace the battery when it does a little ding ding noise, right? Little beeps.
Hi.
You just never replace it.
Hi.
Yeah.
That ding ding sound means there's still some power left.
Yeah, but people let it go for a long time, and then it goes away, and then you stop thinking about it, and then your dog lights a fire in your house, and you don't hear anything, and it's all gone.
And then you really wish you did pay for those batteries after all.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this about? Ammo vending machine.
Yeah, so I saw this around. I think it's weird because look at these articles and stuff like, okay, Doctrine Stovon is new, but people were talking about ammo vending machines. Apparently, it's been around for like almost a decade, but more stuff is coming up around it. Apparently, there's more ammo vending machines now. It's like a grocery store in Oklahoma, and also Alabama.
Honestly, it's a political thing. I mean, it's kind of related to this, but I believe California just enacted a law forcing credit card companies to add certain like numbers, I think, to certain gun purchases. So if you're buying things like stocks or like magazines or ammunition, certain
just
items,
to make it easier for the ATF.
Make it easier for the ATF to track your stupid ass down, and bust your skull.
Oh my god!
But then all the other conservative, well, here's the funny part: all the red states, a lot of red states went the opposite way. They basically banned that entirely, and this is like I think this is just a what's the word? Virtue signal. It's just gun virtue signaling. They want to be like, oh, we love guns so much, we got gun vending machines. It's like whatever.
Look, if you could literally live like in Florida, and they require you to have your fucking health records from another state, because you're from I'm pretty sure it's Florida or maybe Texas. If you go to another state and get an abortion and come back, they can request to have your medical records, if I remember right, and see if you had an abortion in another state because in their state, your original state, you committed a crime. Why can't California request your credit card actions or request other things? I don't know. I feel like,
well, and you know, it's so much virtue signaling. Remember when people used to talk shit about this though? Like, virtue signaling was like, oh, you don't give a shit about this. You're just doing because everybody's on the bandwagon, or everybody's getting on the bandwagons, and it's like, and it's like, you know, this is what it is too. It's like most people, like, how many like places would you actually buy your ammo from? Like how like would you actually buy it from a vending machine? Is it cheaper than just going to a gun store? You know, like,
is it even that much more convenient?
I mean, maybe in states where background checks aren't required for ammo. I don't know. I don't know if they were actually required for ammo or not outside California. Because, like, in California, it's required for fucking everything. But, yeah. Let's go.
Machines sell candy or soda, but one with a...
Candy, soda, beer, coffee, ammo. Love it.
Yeah.
Very targeted product that's...
God bless Bud Light.
Powered by AI.
What?
Is making headlines this morning.
These are kiosks, which are made by the company American Rounds that sell ammunition. And some of those vending machines are right here in the Sooner State. Right now, there are 5 machines total, with one of those in Alabama, the other 4 in Super C Marts across Oklahoma, in Kingston, Lindsay, Noble, and Wetumpka. The machine uses artificial intelligence and facial recognition technology to match buyers of that ammo with their ID cards, but the city council of Tuscaloosa in Alabama was unsure about the kiosk legality.
I got some calls about ammunition being sold in...
Oh my God, this is the most like, I know this isn't Mississippi, but that is the most stereotypical Mississippi-ass governor I've ever heard in my life. And back in my day, when my gun vendors tell you what,
grocery stores.
I got white Southern family. I can do that. Fuck you guys. I can make fun of rednecks all I want.
I just feel like we're just heading toward the Borderlands future. All right, literally in Borderlands, you can get guns and ammunition and fucking vending machines, right? Like we're just getting closer and closer to the corporate world.
Oh, and Cyberpunk as well. Remember, you can get that you can get that little tiny shit pistol from a fucking vending machine for $10.
You can get little shit pistols, ammo. And Borderlands movie's coming out soon, which a lot of people, fans of the franchise, say it's not going to be good. Doesn't really look that good. But if you want a little glimpse into the vending machine gun future, yeah, that's one interpretation.
I tell you what, thank you, Recluse.
The vending machines, that, I mean, I thought it was a lot.
You know what? I like ammunition, I like guns, but selling them in vending machines in the children's school seems a little too far for me, Johnson.
Yeah. Like, maybe we shouldn't put, like, gift wrap candy with bullets in a vending machine. Maybe. Maybe.
The city has since...
I was just joking about kids and ammo, Johnny.
...verified that those vending machines are legal, but the manager at the Tuscaloosa store says that it has since been removed due to a lack of sales. American Rounds website...
Damn.
Yeah,
Site says, quote, all transactions comply with federal and local regulations, maintaining the highest standards of responsible sales, and that all users of the vending machines must be over 21. But for more information on those machines, we have an article posted on KOCO.com.
Like, I would say a concern would be that, like, let's say to show your ID.
I'll look up the
right?
article.
But what if you just use your brother's ID, your dad's ID, a random person's ID?
Someone who looks like you? I mean,
yeah, someone who looks like you. Like, is there a camera that literally scans your face? My guess is not, because typically in a red state, I wouldn't guess that they would scan your face to buy bullets. But there's probably some legal problems with literally a cashier can't look at your ID and look at your face to make sure that you're not, using someone else's ID.
Well, even in real life, though, a very common way for people to get over the border is just to take someone of their family, their cousin or something, and use their ID. And usually they look damn near the same, if not the same, especially when they're younger. Because younger, when you're younger, features tend to grow in as you get older, basically.
Yeah.
So, especially when you're younger, that shit happens all the time. So, here we are. Let me see. I'm trying to look up the story, by the way, just to see why it failed. And, they said lack of sales.
Craving a dessert that's simply irresistible.
Oh, no.
Fuck you, ad. The company states that the machine has the latest AI technology. In order to purchase ammunition, he said, merges no information since collecting data, handguns, no. Okay, so it doesn't collect data on the purchases, which is, cool. There's basic, information on it, but it doesn't say anything about... They said the sales have increased month over month, but I'm getting contradicting...
I guess.
I'm getting contradicting vibes off of this.
Not enough to cover it?
Yeah, I don't know. Look, in terms of whether or not, do we care about it? Personally, I don't. As long as it meets the standards of the law, it is what it is.
For me, it would just be if it's required at the state, to check your ID to make sure you're 21 or 18. You lost a line of verification. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's a camera in there. Mm-hmm. But I also don't like the idea of them scanning your face to buy bullets. Mm-hmm. I don't like that. That's probably where I would draw the line and be like, it's a little weird.
Oh, it is. Talk about information.
Too far.
Talk about having a lot of information on you. That definitely is a lot of information. Yeah. Supposedly, it says that it doesn't actually hold that information, but it doesn't. I can't really. You never know. But the transactional data is kept because that is required to be kept. I'm trying to see. Okay, but look. Anyways, look. This feels more like a gimmick. Hey, ammo vending machine. It's like it's like Japan having panty dispensing machines. It almost feels like a trashy gimmick.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in Japan there are panty dispensing machines. Yeah,
look, different cultures.
Very
right, different cultures.
But I genuinely think it's just like a trashy vibes type of thing. It's like, we know some of you fuckers like this, and we'll give it to you. Look, if people really if we're at that point now where you're such a social recluse, you want to buy your bullets from a robot, then holy shit. But
yeah,
fair enough. But
I know in Japan they have a lot more isolated features.
Our isolated nuts have guns, though. They're just one. They're just one OnlyFans conversation away from killing somebody.
Or giving away state secrets. Yeah, some of our greatest generals and politicians.
Someone made a. I think it was a Pirate Software made a joke. You know, if you want to commit a no, he didn't make it. Someone in the comments of one of his videos made it. He was talking about how the IT convention, like all the furries, the furry convention, all the IT people were there, right? And someone in the comments said, if you want to take down America's defenses, just fucking like terrorist attack a furry convention. Poor bastards. You guys really shouldn't.
No.
Like, I'm sorry, furries, but you guys being in one place is a goddamn security risk.
Yeah, so that's why we need to separate you guys to disperse you across
the country. No more.
Create a diaspora, and then you guys can like plant seeds in every state.
Do you remember that Onion article? I don't know if you remember the Onion article where it was like, we can't send our gays off to war. They're too precious. Well, same thing. I
haven't seen that Onion's article.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Same thing with our furries. Our furries are too precious to lose in a random bombing. Okay, we need to like disperse you guys out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Also, we can't put you guys all on one plane. Dear God. Okay. America is riding on you fuckers, on a bunch of people who dress up as fucking squirrels. Oh God. Love you guys. I'm just tired. Okay, speaking of
great people.
You guys are great people. I don't understand it, but just because I don't understand it means I gotta hate you for it.
No. Fair.
No? I should hate them?
I don't know. It's your choice. You're an American.
Fair enough. Well, you know who...
you can ban them if you want if you're an American. I don't know.
ICE makes fake universities sting immigrants. Well, I'll tell you who didn't have a fucking choice. Takes 600 students' tuition and doesn't give it back. God damn it. We're just doing crimes today, baby.
So we're doing the ICE article?
Yeah, we're doing the ICE one.
So ICE decided...
Oh, sorry, because it was right under the ammo vending.
Sorry, what? No, I just want to make sure. So we're...
Yeah, we're doing the ICE article.
So I saw this. The appeals court rules students can sue U.S. over ICE's fake university. So ICE decided, that people who go after illegal immigrants, they decided, we'll make a fake university to try to see if people do visa fraud for immigrants coming overseas or across the border to come stay at university and see if there's some fraud around there. But in the pursuit of this, they took around 600 students' tuition, people who are, abled Americans, legal people to be here, took thousands of dollars and decided not to pay them back. So there's just 600 Americans who got all their money taken, and when asking a lower court whether or not they get sued to get their money back, because this is a fucking sting where you're not even buying drugs, you're really buying an education, the lower court said no. But then they tried to appeal to a higher court, and the higher court was like, you should be able to get your money back for a fucking shitty sting operation from ICE.
Listen, I'm not a lawyer. We're obviously not lawyers. But the idea behind entrapment is that the activity you're going to engage in was illegal anyways, right? So whether or not the government was going to, and also we are going to do it anyway. That's also another legal whatever.
Yeah, that if you ask somebody for drugs and they offer you drugs, it's not really entrapment. It's like you were going to do this. Yeah, you asked them for it. Yep. Like they didn't.
I think you can
enforce you to do it.
I think you can even I don't know if cops can ask anymore, but cops can still just linger in places to get people to come up to them and deal. So.
Yeah, but when you're literally faking a university.
Oh, well, yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. The intent of this was to get people overstaying their visas, but what they got instead were a bunch of people trying to get a fucking education. So,
and overall, they only indicted. They haven't fully,
10 people.
They haven't. I think it was 8. Oh. 8 people were indicted, so they haven't won the case yet.
Nice.
Or harboring aliens for profit.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
But I'm also thinking
I'm sure the money it will cost to indict and then prosecute and then deport them or imprison them. I'm sure the money spent on all of that will outweigh the money they were taking with fraud. I'm 100% sure.
And also, out of all of the people to go after,
it won't.
The
By
people,
the way, I'm
the people
joking.
asking to get an education.
Yeah, fuck them.
It's like where are your priorities? Because when Trump will come out and be like, "Oh, we need to get the drug offenders, the drug criminals, the people bringing MS-13." Well, I guess MS-13 they technically started in LA, but people bringing cartels to the U.S. But then you're like, "Oh, well, we'll create a fake university, steal a bunch of Americans' money, and maybe take some immigrants who came here for an education." Like, okay, now part of the scheme was to overstay their visa and work, and I'm like, that's still not harboring drugs or bringing crime.
It's harboring
the only
immigrants.
crime here was that they stayed longer to work.
Yes,
provide
it
cheap
is,
labor.
I mean, that is a technical crime, but man,
that is
that.
But like on the
severity,
list of severity,
yeah, I'm about to say the severity. It's like, man, can we like worry about other stuff first?
Like, could you just spend more money on finding drug crossings at the border? Like, which one's higher in your priority list? Right?
I'm gonna go on an extra limb and say, how about we just stop worrying about the? I mean, you can worry about fentanyl, I guess, but let's just stop worrying about the drugs and worry about the human trafficking.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
human trafficking.
The other major, revenue source that they have.
Yeah.
And
I'm using these examples because these are the Republican examples, right?
Well,
and using their own rhetoric.
Is one too.
Yeah, that is a huge one as well on both sides. Stop human trafficking.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, so then why are you spending so much money? Literally taking 600 Americans, taking their money too.
Fucking money.
Stealing their money. And there was a chance that they would have never even got their money back, or at least a chance to get their money back, right? One of the courts was like, "Nah, you can't. Sorry."
Probably cost them a lot of money to fight.
You applied to the wrong school. You know what sort of shit is that Joe Biden? One of the things he was giving back student debt for, right? Because he canceled a bunch of people's student debt. One of the things he was canceling debt for was like fake schools.
Nice.
So wouldn't it be ironic if I set up a sting as a fake school to steal hundreds of thousands of dollars of American money, maybe $1 million of American money? I don't think it reached that point, but maybe hundreds of thousands. And then Biden's like, "Hey, you got fucked over by a fake school. Let me give you your money back." It would just be ironic if like ICE got more money this way. It's like, it's okay. We took their money, but Biden's gonna give it back to them.
You know what's funny? The courts are having a bit of a win day today for us. This was weird. Our next article. We'll talk about it.
But can you imagine though, like applying to a university?
No, it's horrible.
And then they take all your money, and like, psych.
This school never existed.
Yeah. See, Andrew Tate was right. College is a scam because ICE set you up.
The government literally fucking set you up.
The government, yeah. Jesus Christ, man. I can see why people say America is a bit of a joke sometimes.
Well, here's the thing. The Supreme Court's on a bit of a winning streak for us because they just sent down a lower court's decision. Basically, yeah, emboldening the DOJ's defense of marijuana. Essentially, some guy...
All these lower courts.
Yeah, I know, right? So basically, yeah, the U.S. Supreme Court has a case concerning gun rights for marijuana consumers back down to a lower court after issuing a potentially relevant ruling in a separate Second Amendment case. The guy's name was Kahimi, something like that, versus the United States. The guy had a domestic emergency domestic protection order, which is basically, he's done domestic violence and he is getting a restraining order from somebody, from his girlfriend, and they found him in possession of a gun and a pistol and a rifle, and he tried to get the charges taken off based on them being unconstitutional. They were denied, and because they were denied, it's emboldened lower courts to maintain the ban on marijuana users owning firearms. Because the way that it works right now, and I'll stop after this because I've been talking for a moment. By the way, we only have 4 minutes left. Marijuana users, any drug users, cannot, drug addicts, drug users, I forget exactly the wordage, cannot legally own a gun. So if you buy a gun and the fucking federal government drug tests you for whatever reason, doesn't matter, they drug test you and find marijuana in your system, that is a felony. And you are in deep shit. and they are now maintaining that ban. So that's basically the background in this.
But
do it, defend them.
If I also go on a different point, because what if you go to the doctor for surgery and they're like, "Here's a bunch of OxyContin or a bunch of opiates."
Mm-hmm.
Are you still able to have a gun? My guess is yeah, right? I don't
Legal,
think
as long as it's prescription.
Yeah, as long as it's prescription. But imagine you have prescription opiates that are super strong, that make you go a little silly, probably not even really able to functionally drive. And that's okay. But if you smoke a little bit of the devil's lettuce, you're gone. Your brain's not eligible according to the DOJ.
Well,
this is... I don't know what to say other than stop. I mean, you can literally drink alcohol, stuff that makes people beat their wives. And you can't smoke a little pot, which makes people chill out and play video games and drink soda,
and possibly become failures at the worst, but still better than beating
and
their families.
Like Republicans and other people, they'll point out, oh, look at all these car crashes because of weed, but a lot of them were just fender benders. Versus take the DUIs of people under the influence of alcohol. Those are not fender benders. Those are deaths. Those are mega deaths versus people on weed who do some pain damage to your bumper. Not to say that there hasn't been any. There's probably been some.
And here's the best quote,
but
by the way.
The trends are not the same.
Let me show you the best quote, because I love how I know this is something that all presidential administrations do. This is just something Biden's doing, but I love the fact that the administration as a institution can speak out of one mouth and the president can speak out of another, even though the president is the head of that actual institution, which is fucking fantastic. And not a head of the institution like he is the head of the U.S. with several departments. He is the head of that fucking department, his own administration, his own cabinet, right? The opinion of the administration, I thought, was the opinion of the president, but we don't know now. You know why?
Well, that's the thing, right? PR versus actual function, right? What does the president say versus what does he actually do?
Well, not even just that. It's what does the president say in comment and what does his administration say in press.
Yeah.
It's it's not even that actions are contradicting words. It's that words are contradicting words. For example, this is a good one because he talked about how he may favor a deschedulizing of marijuana. He might even decriminalize it.
He said that he doesn't really see people using marijuana as a legitimate reason to go to jail.
But then his administration says, cannabis consumers with guns pose a unique danger to society. The Biden administration claims in part because they are, quote, unlikely to store their weapons properly. Which is, is there a statistic? Do we have proof about this? Does it literally go to the same... Oh, yeah. Unlikely to store guns? Based on basically, it's based on precedents of dangerous individuals. Again, it's you're drug addicts. You guys are drug users. Fuck you.
If you want to use statistics of people drinking and driving versus smoking and driving. Where people who are solely drinking or solely smoking. Which one is more deadly? I think you'll find that people who purely drink a lot versus purely smoke a lot, people...
Uh-oh. He's gone. The government got him. He said no. He said that he liked the devil's lettuce, and the devil's lettuce said go. Shit. I do want to get off Zoom someday. Stop using Zoom altogether. Because, man, Zoom is ass. Straight up. Yo. Okay, but before we do that, I gotta invite our friend back to the stream. Copy invite link. Cool. But look, this is just... You're seeing, oh. Hold on. Bringing him in. Hey, yeah. We're on the final stretch. We're on the final stretch anyways, so.
Yeah. So I was just going to say that the DOJ says that weed smokers are unique in that they won't put away their firearms safely.
Yes.
I mean, and they don't really have any stats to back that up. It's just their own personal belief. But if you look at statistics for car crashes,
violent crime, basically anything relevant to that statement,
I would say you're more likely to find people who purely under the influence of alcohol are going to commit worse car crashes than people who are purely under the influence of marijuana. So,
Yark. All right, we will skip this story, but we will cover this story. There's 2 stories left. You know what? Let's cover the good, cool story before we cover the fucked up one. And that's it. I think there's only 2 left as far as I can see.
What?
Oh, we're pretty close. I'm gonna probably cut this story out just for. I want to do more background research. The French won. There you go. We covered it. Anyway, the French left won in their country, so hopefully they won't fall to far right fascists. And when they say far right, like they actually do mean far right. Anyway, let's go. We're gonna do a different thing though. Nueralink implant. First patient. We talked about this a little while ago, I think, right? The first successful transplant. A little while back. I remember that. And it turns out the guy's a fucking pro gamer. Holy shit. Wow. Yep. Fucking
automatic aimbot.
Top tier shit. There's a TikTok video, though I won't watch it.
He's literally built different, all right? He's built with an aimbot in his brain.
The guy described it as being able to act before, like, faster, basically, because for those of you who don't know, there's a slight little bit of lag between your brain thinking a thing and your body doing the thing. Just a tiny bit. Even if it's just automatic, it's like tiny. Because your brain has to send that signal and think and do all that, whatever. It processes it very fast, but it's still lag. And that guy managed to get rid of that tiny little bit of lag. His brain goes right to the game, tells the game what to do. Crazy. They might have to make a new league for this fucker. In fact, being disabled in this case might make you more abled in some competitive leagues, which is just crazy. You brought it up before the show, but it's like having the Paralympics where everybody has fucking robot legs. That'd be
the Special Olympics, Paralympics where people have robot legs, but what if instead of basic non-mechanical legs, you had like super robo legs that made you move at 100 miles an hour, like some ridiculous shit, some cyberpunk stuff. And I guess we're seeing the first implementation of that with the Neuralink patient, where he has this little chip in his brain that makes it so that he can shoot with basically an aimbot. It's crazy.
It is crazy, and I believe he also plays games like a Civ 5?
Yes,
Civ 6?
Civ Civilization.
Is that Civ 5 or Civ 6? I can't read numerals.
That's Civ 6.
Oh, Civ 6, okay.
So Civ Civilization, right? Yeah, Recluse.
Yeah,
I guess that's the idea, is that right now he's able to control a computer with these.
That's a very fine-tuned game to control. That's impressive.
Yeah. But even then, so in the article, does it say that he hasn't tested this with Call of Duty? Or is it just with Civilization?
He said he played it with Civ, Mario Kart, Call of Duty, and Valorant. Oh, it remains untested, he says.
Okay, so in the article you're saying that he hasn't tested it with Call of Duty or Valorant.
He has. He just says that he feels like his movements are faster than traditional controls.
Well,
no, I think he does. I think he does actually play though.
Does he?
Let me see. While the implant has demonstrated compatibility with games controlled by a mouse, its efficiency in fast-paced games remains untested. Or acknowledges potential risks like losing control of the cursor due to thread retraction and possibility of hacking, though he believes current hacks would have limited impact.
I mean, there was literally the Apex tournament where they hacked the players to take control of what they were doing and put in hacks for them.
That's crazy. You just actually hacked the player. I believe he did already play with it though. Like he did play a few shooting games. I think he was a league
and maybe
player.
right now he isn't able to traverse as well. Maybe it's purely with aiming with a cursor. But even then, it's
Google
as
search.
time goes on.
No, stop telling people where I live. Oh, here he is. Oh no, it's a Joe Rogan video.
Thank you so much.
Ah! Sorry, we're subjecting you to the greatest. Damn. We shouldn't stay here too long. We're gonna tell everybody about the existence of this podcast. What? Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't share your sound. God. Grr. Okay.
I dislocated my C4, C5. People keep calling it a diving accident. It wasn't really a diving accident. It was just sort of like a freak accident while I was swimming in the lake. So I dislocated my C4, C5.
God. Where's the... Maybe I should have gotten that TikTok after all. Well. Supposedly, though, he can play really fast. Like, he can outmaneuver players just in aim. And, you know, if it gets to a point where he can actually outcompete players, it would be interesting to see what we do with that. Like, should we put him in a league? Hell, does that count as hacking? Does that count as aimbotting if it's in your brain? You know?
No, I mean, it's literally you. You are the piece of chip in your brain, right? That's you.
Not if Cyberpunk was not if Cyberpunk. The chip takes over.
I know with like the Paralympics, they have
the chip always.
They had to go back and forth with how long the leg implants would be. Like I forget what they're called, but you know, like they're bendable things for the legs.
Yeah.
Used for running. Now there was a back and forth on how to calculate how long those would be, because the longer they are, the faster you can run. Yeah. So maybe there's an argument to be made that we are already sort of judging those things, but
a little bit.
I don't know. As time goes on, because I think at least in the article it says that he played with Civ 6 and Mario Kart, so maybe he's not able to do it with Call of Duty now. But as time goes on, as it gets better.
No, he plays in the league. It's just I guess when he says untested, like they haven't tested the performance in a. You know.
He plays in a league?
Yeah, fuck it. God damn it. Looks like we're really doing this. Hold on.
I want to be sure.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No, I could have saw it, but we're gonna check. And it sent me back to Joe Rogan. Okay. Fuck. Nueralink. Aimbot. Please show me the tech talk. I really don't want to have to do any more than that. Okay. Yay! It showed me the TikTok. In a moment. It's loading slowly. Gotta just continue.
So the dude who got the Neuralink implants.
Oh my god, let me pause. My god, it's like, no. You won't pause. We don't believe in pausing.
So the dude who got the Neuralink implant now has aim hacks in his brain. I basically have an aimbot in my head.
We will source a TikTok.
Earlier this year, Nolan Arbaugh, who is a quadriplegic due to a swimming accident, was revealed to be the first human to get the brain implant from Elon Musk's company, Neuralink. And in a live stream, Nolan showed that his implant could control a cursor to use computers, and of course, play video games again. An advancement in accessibility to this scale is truly mind-blowing. But if you ask Nolan himself,
no, I guess not.
Sometimes it's so good that it's moving before I even, think it to move.
Okay,
That's
no.
Right. Nolan himself thinks that he has an unfair advantage in video games now that no physical inputs are required and it's all just through his noggin. In fact, he believes that one day this might actually become an issue.
Okay, it doesn't look. I fucking got it mixed up. God. Anyway, point is, the man thinks he might be faster than the rest of us. I want to test it. Let's fucking test it. If we haven't tested it out yet, let's test it. Do a non-scientific test first and then do a real one after.
Ooh.
Fuck.
I hope.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alright. Last one. This one's the biggest, most important story of them all. So, have you ever heard of a streamer? There I go, fucking up again. Sketch.
Before this incident, not really. I mean, even then, I've seen a little bit of it here and there. But I don't know, the most I saw was sketch situation, that sketch, LGBTQ. I didn't know exactly what happened with him until today when you told me.
Yeah. Well, we're delivering this one fresh, so we can get your actual reactions. We can hear how much you hate him, how much you think he should die. You know. So he streams video games on Twitch. I think he streams like Madden and stuff. By the looks of it, he's on a team, but I've gotten that wrong more than a few times today. But anyway, that's not the important part. Here's what he looks like, by the way. If you guys want to... There's the man. There's Sketch. He got exposed as a former OnlyFans porn star.
Oh, no.
He did pornography, gay pornography. And luckily, a lot of people are coming out in support, saying that, hey, you know, he's doing different stuff now. He's doing, he's doing better. And I guess my input on this, because we talked about this before the show, and I guess I'll just go ahead so we can prime it, but... Oh, God, no. Gross. Madden. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. But basically, you know, there are people out there who say if you do pornography, you will, people will judge you, people will hold it against you. And often, I think, those people are the same, the same people. So it becomes a self-actualizing prophecy. However, that's where this gives me hope, with Stretch. Obviously, they're backing him up, and that's great to see because there was another former porn star named Mia Khalifa. If you guys don't know who she is, then fucking go look up the internet. I mean, you're not even going outside, so just go look it up. She is one of the biggest porn stars on the planet, or used to be. She retired for a little while, tried to do her own brand with mixed success, tried to come back to porn, also with more mixed success. And people do hold that against her. People like to dunk on her, saying that, hey, that's what you get when you use goods, etc., etc. And, my only point against all that, and I'll stop because I've been rambling, is if you want someone to reform, which I don't even think, or rehabilitate, which I don't even think being a porn star, sex worker is bad, whatever, but that's a different conversation. If you want someone to, reform, rehabilitate from your perspective from being a porn star, because that's not something you want someone to be, right? Being a porn star, in your opinion, is bad. Why shame them? Why give them shit after they stop being a porn star and do something else? Like, that's exactly what you wanted them to do. And then you're shitting on them even more. There's no way to please people like that.
If you're building, I don't know exactly what happened with her brand.
He's a gamer.
With Mia Khalifa. Well, yeah, with Sketch.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, well, I mean, he's a streamer. He's his own person.
Well, you brought up another example.
If he,
You brought up the one with the, you brought up a more interesting example before the show.
Which one was it?
The one who did the YouTube channel for the...
Oh yeah, because there was Blippi, who was like a kid's YouTube channel, and he had done something bad in his past, especially for someone who's doing kids YouTube.
He did some gay ass shit on camera.
Yeah, he had the Harlem Shake video, and he put something in his ass, and people bring that up all the time. But despite that, he's still one of the top kids YouTuber, and he's changed from then. People bring it up, but like at the end of the day, he makes the content a lot of people like, and they're gonna like it, and they're gonna follow anyways. And I would say the same thing would happen with Sketch. I mean, even though maybe I saw some people say that he has a lot of kids following him.
You say it's bad for their brand, though?
I think it'll hurt them. Like if parents saw that Blippi put something in his ass, they'd probably be like, "Oh, let's not watch Blippi." Or
of course, that was shoved in their face, right? But that's how this stuff works, right? You bring up dirt, use it against people.
If people bring up dirt,
well, that's
what comes up.
Well,
it comes around.
Why
Everyone
ever
talks
reform
about
then?
it.
Why even reform them?
But then again, people are like, especially for something like Sketch, like maybe nobody knew. People are going to bring it around.
Well, like, why reform though? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, there's a chance that some of these people don't even believe in reform.
Oh, well.
I mean,
they're just damned forever to hell because.
Yeah, there's a chance that people don't even think that you can have reform, or that you can do reform, but you shouldn't do these things.
They don't believe in reform, but they believe in fucking magic, huh?
And maybe they have limits to the reform. Where they're like, if you stole money.
My atheist take, by the way.
Like, maybe they believe in reform, but if you were like a bank robber, should you work at a bank?
Well, if you guys believe in fucking magic and miracles, surely you guys can believe in
Which
reform.
I don't have this opinion of these. I think if you reform, you're pretty much good. But like, and these people aren't even committing crimes. These are just stuff they did on the internet.
They did nothing. Well, here's the thing. Mia Khalifa and Sketch Mia Khalifa sketch, all those people, they literally did nothing.
Well, then
wrong.
again, but like if your brand is solely
well,
like
well,
on
like people,
you,
well,
I can
people
see
are
why it affects you.
I don't agree.
Like
with
I'm
that,
not
though.
surprised.
Well, I don't agree with that though, because a lot
Yeah,
of the time that comes from. Hold on, let me just. I come on. A lot of the time that comes from condemnation and all that because it's something wrong. That's why people are even upset about it. And I guess that's what I'm arguing against here. It's like, yeah, people say it's wrong, but he didn't do anything wrong. He was acting with consenting adults. No, I get it. I understand from the perspective of someone who yeah, I'm just trying to make the counterpoint. It's called fighting the river. You know, it's called being, it's counter advocacy. But I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like, yeah, I know. But like the reason why people think that is because they think being gay is wrong and being sexually publicly sexual is wrong. And I mean, as long as you did it with an adult, you did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you think he did something wrong? Because, like,
but this is the same problem that The Boys is facing, right? But there's a bunch of Republicans, right wingers that are like, oh, I don't want to watch The Boys anymore because it's political, especially slanted left. Which, yeah, because you had these views or did these things, you're going to lose people.
Well, just being conservative.
And you
just
can
like being
try to
conservative,
push your image. Yeah.
Well, yeah, being conservative, though, there's nothing wrong about that necessarily.
There's nothing wrong about it necessarily, but because you did these things, it's going to affect you down the line. They stick with you.
Of course, but like that's
like
problematic,
with
right?
the Try guys from BuzzFeed, there was one of them who was caught cheating, and in many other fields, Dr. Disrespect cheated on his wife. He did a bunch of other bad things, but cheating on his wife wasn't necessarily. Yes, he did a lot of worse things. But like people, they'll cheat on their girlfriends, their wives, and they don't necessarily get kicked out. What was it? John Mulaney, the comedian, he cheated. It's not like his career is over, but if your brand and your ideals really rely on you and the ideas you push forward, like BuzzFeed's very pro, like socially good, socially left, and then you screw over your wife. That's going to affect your brand, who you are, your image. You would think they'd be
okay with promiscuity, though. That's
because you screwed over your wife or girlfriend.
That's right. Women. Well, because I remember they had infidelity articles from women's perspectives on their fucking site. I know that for a fucking fact they did. So,
and maybe you make the argument that BuzzFeed skews on the women's perspective.
They fucking do.
But doing these things, and that's worse than doing an OnlyFans. But doing these things would affect your brand. Like Mia Khalifa, I don't even know if maybe her being a porn star did affect her brand. But if it did, it's like, if you're trying to sell to people who care about you being a porn star, you're probably not doing the right
is that
marketing.
right, though?
Is it right? I don't think so, but it's just marketing. It's like, if you're selling a Joe Biden t-shirt,
why do you think that
you're not going to sell that to Republicans?
Why do you think
like you're
that
not going to?
Well, no, I don't know. Oh, I don't agree with you, dude.
If you have one that shows Joe Biden doing something stupid, or something that shows Joe Biden doing something bad.
Donald Trump fucking a porn star, dude. People pick and choose when shit like that matters. Nah.
Sure, but you're choosing your demographic.
Well, I'm just saying, like, in terms of like. You're saying like, hey, certain actions don't work with certain brands.
But for someone like Sketch,
it kind of goes.
For someone like him, he's his own person. You're probably watching him not exactly maybe for his gaming or for what his content is, but him as a personality. Yeah. As long as he's still pumping out good content, he'll probably still go around just fine. It'll just come off. Maybe some other streamers would be like, "Oh, this is gay," blah, 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 and not like.
Well, I guess that's the thing.
But at the end of the day, if he's pushing good content, he'll be good.
Well, I guess that's the angle I'm coming at this from, though, man. Is that a lot of people are coming at this from like, oh, like porn. I guess this is our platform. We're allowed to say what we want, so that's why I'm asking you, like, should people hold people for their past? Just if you could hit the lever, God King Saul. No one else to consider.
Well, I've already said that if you reform and so like you're good. If you did a crime, you reformed, you shouldn't really be held to that standard. Maybe you can make an argument as an employer of like a bank and a person robbed or stole from the register. Maybe they shouldn't, like they would get knocked down a bit.
Well,
but even then, I would probably be like, eh.
I think a porn star would just bring down the entire atmosphere of this bank.
Okay, I don't know.
No, just that's cool too.
No,
just the same toilet bowl.
Like I'm agreeing in that it shouldn't be held, but I'm also not surprised that these are affecting them.
Oh yeah, no.
Because people have these, like that's why a lot of people, if you're a star of some show or you're a star of something, you try to not get political. Because you get political, people are going to start arguing in the comments. People are going to start like shitting on you or hating on you for whatever you're left or right, if you get political, you're going to get a lot of hate. Some people might just unsubscribe, whether you're right or left. So people just try to avoid it. People try to avoid salacious shit that doesn't fit your brand.
Oh yeah.
Now you could try to be a social fighter, but it seems like Sketch wasn't necessarily trying to do that. He was just trying to keep it under the rug, at least.
Well, like, it's shitty because, you know, if I want to be more cynical for a moment, you know, I think Sketch being a guy also helped. Straight up. I mean, Mia Khalifa, like, when a woman does porn versus when a man does it, it's very different. I mean, he did do gay porn. I think that's a part of the reason why it's such a big deal. Because...
Well, I was going to say, gay porn...
Yeah,
you're gonna get a lot of shit from live streamers.
I'll just straight up. Well, I mean, I'll just say what they're unafraid to say. Some of them are afraid to say. When, like, the reason why people got mad at Sketch is because when you're a gay porn star, it's like being a woman porn star. You're taking dick, even if you weren't necessarily the bottom. It's like that's how you're viewed, and that's kind of shitty. I mean, honestly, gay men basically viewed like women, in this sense.
And I would argue that's probably margins here, but I would say that would probably be seen worse. Like a lot of people would just destroy you as a man, saying that, oh, you took dick, oh, you're gay. And I think I saw some people say that, oh, he has a lot of kids watching him, why did he do this? And it's like, yeah, I mean, this is something he did a while ago, right? That's not something he was doing alongside. And even if he was doing it alongside it,
Look,
I don't think I necessarily care.
There's nothing wrong with being a gay guy.
At the end of the day, it's supposed to be locked in key behind a 18 years or older website. If you're not covering your kids' eyes from that, then that's sort of on you. You should be able to lock sites or at least keep your children away from doing those things.
You know what? I will go on that. I'll take a Republican fucking word on this stance on this one. Fucking parent your kids and watch what they're looking at. God damn it. Why do you
these are all exaggerations too. Like,
why do you expect the government and the corporations to do it for you? That's so fucking dumb. Like, no one trusts them, yet you want them to care now. Like, it's stupid.
You'll stop your kid from watching Pixar, but you can't stop your kid from watching gay porn. That's a weird standard you guys have.
Yeah,
it's like you guys
shit,
can stop
man.
all these things. We can't stop that.
Man, it's so easy to put parental controls on your fucking kid's phone these days. It's so easy. It takes 10 minutes to get familiar with a phone. Be a fucking parent. God, I'm sick of these fucking people trying to make everything kid-friendly in the world. Look, the world isn't built for fucking children. Same thing with the goddamn internet. It's just not. Not everything is a kid space. Okay? Kids got their space. And then we, adults, got our space. We got our fucking place for us to do our shit. All right, like, man, look, I got nephews and nieces. I get it, man. Like, kids, you know, you want to make the world great for them, and you want to do whatever you can for them. But man, like, not everything's for them. Not everything's for them. Not everything's meant for them. You know, and that's fine. You got any more words on this?
Just that. I mean, I don't know much about Sketch, but my guess is not like his career is over. This is a scandal, but it is something he did a while ago.
He'll probably weather it out.
Especially I think he'll probably just weather it out. It sucks that a lot of streamers care
Snakes showing their
about this.
Snakes showing their true colors, if we're being honest.
Yeah, they're showing their fangs, they're showing their venom. It's like, dude, like, why does it matter? Especially if he did this a while ago before.
Yeah.
Even if he was doing it alongside it, it's like, why can't you do multiple things?
Look, all the Sketch haters.
If you were making, like, if you were like let's say if Blippi, a kids show person on YouTube, also did videos like Meat Candy, it's some really grotesque shit that kids shouldn't see.
Yeah,
you can do both. You can do both. You know,
those videos are so gross. Yeah. The human muscle has never looked gross.
I don't think anybody would really care. Hell, if this guy was what's that white porn star that keeps coming up and everything? He's on a bunch of memes. But I would say, especially if he was doing regular heterosexual shit, a lot of people probably wouldn't care as much.
You know who also got into a lot of trouble for
a lot of people tried saying like, oh look, he has the LGBTQ agenda.
Yeah.
Like because he probably took it up the ass.
It's okay for gay people to exist in public too. You know, that's another thing that's very frustrating about all this is that half of this is just a gay person being public and it's weird because you think we've already had this talk, but no, it's like why is this gay guy being in these spaces? It's like, man, like in these like straight spaces, like, man, like I don't know. Like, what are we gonna say? Like, half the gamers are LGBTQ anyway. Everybody's gay. I don't know if you heard the news. So at this point, like, yeah. So at this point, like, it's like, you know, I guess just get used to it. I mean, get over your feels. They exist. It's like getting mad that gay people exist, or getting mad that here I'll do one for you. Getting mad that Christians exist because I'm a liberated atheist. You know.
No.
It's pointless. Stupid. They exist. They're real people. And also, for those of you who don't know, trans and gay people have existed. Like, there's records of them going back thousands of years, and we have some existence of both of those phenomenons happening in nature. So animals that can change genders, animals that have gay relationships, believe it or not. Shit happens all the time. It's completely natural. So, God, I really hope we don't go back to the being gay is natural conversation. Like, oh God, man. I grew up like way after that happened. I'm really not prepared to have that talk again. You know? It's like, all right, well, that's as far as I got. As far as all right. Well,
like, I would say, like, maybe you would be surprised if Sketch was like a devout Christian anti-gay person. Maybe that would have been like, would have been crazy, right? Like some politicians, right? Like, but I mean,
I'm sorry.
Seem to be the center point of the argument here.
Nothing.
He's just a dude.
No scandal will ever outmatch the Liver King.
Yeah.
Sorry, just can't. Liver King broke my heart, and that day I can't trust anyone.
Yeah.
He said he
wasn't natty.
He's saying he was natty, but you know, only lonely liver. He was the king amongst men. Now he's nothing but a pleb. Anyway, all right. That's it for me. You?
Is that the end of the?
Yeah, I think that's about everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
That's everything. All right, that was a good show. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you guys. See you, Recluse.
See you, Recluse.